I think kids do not require perfect parents, but they
don't.
need happy and present parents.
Absolutely. You have to get your child to listen to you. You can only invite cooperation, you cannot force your kid to obey. The problem starts with lack of awareness. When I first take the phone and show it to the child because I want certain amount of food to go down the child's throat. Instead of becoming more confident, sometimes mothers are always scared now. Am I making a mistake? Am I doing the right thing by following, what this person is advising? There is no way that the child is going to become a genius just because you're forcing them very early. And that's why today we have schools which are starting IIT training in 7th standard. So this kind of pressure is what is backbreaking for the child, and we see the effect of that when they become teenagers. The day we learn to enjoy the parenting journey, the game changes.
So important. हाय गाइस, नमस्ते एंड वेलकम टू मॉम्स अनम्यूटेड। क्या आपने कभी सोचा है इतनी सारी पेरेंटिंग एडवाइस है हमारे पास, फिर भी हम इतना ओवरवेल्म्ड फील क्यों करते हैं? परफेक्ट पेरेंट्स बनने की रेस में क्या हम एक्चुअली अपने बच्चों से कनेक्ट कर पा रहे हैं? न्यूबॉर्न बेबी के स्ट्रगल्स कैसे मैनेज करें, टॉडलर टेंट्रम्स कैसे हैंडल करें और कॉन्फिडेंट पेरेंटिंग का एक्चुअल मीनिंग क्या है? अगर आप भी इन सारी चीज़ों को लेके स्ट्रेस्ड रहते हो, देन दिस एपिसोड इज फॉर यू। लेट्स डाइव इन। So, Dr. Anuradha, welcome to Moms Unmuted. Thank you so much for taking out time for this episode. For our audience, आपका एक brief introduction.
So, hi, I'm Dr. Anuradha. I'm a pediatrician by profession, but what is really close to my heart is that I'm a parenting coach, and that's the reason why I'm here, because I love to help moms like you.
So I've heard a lot about Confident Parenting Hub, जो आपका एक initiative है. Can you tell us something about that?
I just want to share a personal story here because all this started with my own journey as a parent, which was long back.
Right.
And that was a time where I was a pediatrician, but I was also a young mom. And I was very busy. I was working in the ICU. I used to be on call like 6 months at a stretch. And I used to have this small kid who was he was less than a year old at that time.
Yeah.
And I used to always feel guilty all the time. And I was stressed. I had no time to sleep. And my only thought when I came back was, like, how can I be away from this child? Should I really be doing this? So all these questions used to keep coming up in my mind. Unfortunately, my own training was not sufficient to do what I wanted for the child, because I kept hearing from everybody, sab log karte hain and this is no big deal.
Yeah.
And I felt, no, there must be some science behind this,
Right.
which I'm not aware of. And because I always felt so insecure, and I wanted to be perfect, and I felt I wasn't a good enough parent. And I was selfish because I've also, pursuing my career. So that's where I realized that I need to learn this. And that's how my journey started. And it started from a place of insecurity, not being confident. And over the years, I realized that, what really changed my journey was the confidence with which I was approaching this.
Okay.
And initially, it started with myself. Let me be straight.
Correct.
But I was also seeing mothers who were coming to me who were struggling with the same thing. And that's how very closely the personal and professional journey, it got intertwined.
So are you also practicing as a pediatrician right now?
Absolutely. So I have my own practice, and I am a senior consultant at some of the hospitals. So my center, we do take care of children till they are about 18 years old. And apart from that, I am attached to a couple of IVF centers.
So आजकल के पेरेंट्स हमेशा स्ट्रेस में रहते हैं कि मुझे सब कुछ परफेक्ट करना है. So how do you help those parents, transforming from मुझे सब कुछ परफेक्ट करना है to actually be present for their kids?
I think more than ever, moms today really want to do everything on their own. And they say that कि नहीं, मुझे कोई help नहीं चाहिए, or I'm capable of doing everything. And because of that, the stress and guilt actually piles up. And when you want to do things perfectly, not only are you causing stress for yourself, but you are also role modeling that for your child. It can be a disaster sometimes. So, being present is, trying to convey to the child that it's okay if everything is not all right. It's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay not to be perfect. And it's okay to take help and support, which is seriously lacking. And if mother comes from a place of perfection, she's not going to ask for help. So that's one of the things that I teach in my program. I tell them, go ask for help, and that's okay. Because I also struggled with that.
Yeah.
And every mom does that. And when I hear from, the grandparents, no, today parents have, it's all very easy for them. Sab kuch to fingertips pe hai, sab kuch milta hai. And I say, I don't agree with that. I think moms today are stressed more than ever.
Yeah.
And basically, it comes from the mindset of wanting to do everything on their own.
Right. I've seen many moms जिनके पास अपनी nannies भी है, but still they'll do everything for the child themselves. खाना भी मैं बनाऊंगी,
हाँ.
खाना भी मैं खिलाऊंगी. Then why have you hired the nanny? You're not,
Absolutely.
it's not helping you.
I think as moms, I think one of the skills that you need to learn is to outsource.
Absolutely true. So, and जैसे आपने बोला कि अभी everything is on your fingertips. More than before, we have parenting content everywhere right now. Internet पे, we have reels, we have courses, we have advices from doctors, from parents themselves. But still, आज Indian parents ज़्यादा overwhelmed feel करते हैं पहले से भी ज़्यादा.
बिल्कुल.
Why do you think is the case?
तो शुरू में इतना ज़्यादा इन्फॉर्मेशन अवेलेबल नहीं था, और जो इन्फॉर्मेशन था या तो जाके बुक से पढ़ना पड़ता था, या फिर फ्रेंड से, या फिर फैमिलीज और डॉक्टर से, और जो वो बोलते थे और वो करते थे. लेकिन अब ऐसा नहीं है, बिकॉज यू हैव सो मेनी पीपल, सो यू हैव lot of information. There's an overload.
True.
So that overload is the reason for overwhelm, because it adds to the confusion.
Correct.
Because instead of becoming more confident, sometimes mothers are always scared now. Am I making a mistake? Am I doing the right thing by following, what this person is advising? So I have mothers telling me, simple things like, so this one says don't give cow's milk, and you say you give cow's milk. So what am I supposed to do? And should I give organic, or should I? So these are so many, they are simple questions, but they are really, we understand the stress that the mother is going through, because she's not able to decide what is right.
Correct.
And also afraid that she might harm the child.
Right.
So though there is lot of information, that filtration is not there, or comparison बहुत ज़्यादा है. There's too much conversation going on social media. So I think a mom who is aware enough to pick and choose from the right person, right? So I always have a joke. I said, अगर घर में नल खराब हो जाता है तो कारपेंटर को तो नहीं बुलाते हो, प्लम्बर को ही बुलाते हो ना.
True.
तो go for information to the right person.
Exactly.
Don't believe everything, and don't start questioning every single decision that you are making.
And let's talk about newborn phase जो होता है. I think that's the most difficult phase for every parent. So जब newborn phase होता है, what are those 5 newborn health red flags in the first month जो Indian parents generally miss out कर देते हैं या ignore कर देते हैं, because they are so overwhelmed with the newborn phase, new parent बने हैं, they are figuring out everything, मेरी पूरी life change हो गई है, मैं क्या करूँ, कैसे करूँ. So I think there are many health red flags जो parents miss out कर देते हैं in that first month.
Yeah. So I think when I look at the newborn phase, the reason why mothers and parents in general miss out on these red flags are because there is a lot of communication gap when it comes to preparing the parents.
True.
During pregnancy, there is no thought of how a parent has to approach the newborn period. What are the things that can come up? Number one, I would say breastfeeding. Is it enough? Is it not enough? So understanding that is very important. So if your baby is not growing well, is consistently losing weight, and is not passing urine at all in the initial days, after birth, and your baby is very sleepy, it's very lethargic, it's not feeding well,
Hmm.
or baby is looking very yellow, jaundice. So number one is adequacy of breastfeeding, and whether there is any need for helping the mother here with lactation,
Right.
or any supplementation is required. These are decisions which are taken, of course, in consultation with the doctor and assessing the baby. So number one is any breastfeeding issue, whether it is connected to mother or baby. So the red flag sign is that baby is not passing enough urine, not gaining weight. Then number two, it looks very dull, sleepy, lethargic, because a crying baby is a healthy baby.
Yeah.
So when you have a baby which is not even feeding, not waking up. Number three, if the baby is having any difficulty in breathing. So normally babies have noisy breathing,
Yeah.
and mothers are very concerned about that, but that's a very normal thing.
Okay.
But if the baby is having rapid breathing, and along with that other signs like fever, which is absolutely abnormal in a newborn baby,
Okay.
because fever we see in older children with minor problems, but in a newborn it's really, really important to watch out for. And number four, if you feel that baby's arms and legs are appearing bluish, or the baby is continuously vomiting, all these are red flag signs, and you need to consult the doctor for these problems.
जैसे आपने बोला ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग आई थिंक इज दैट फेज ऑफ अ मदर जो बहुत अच्छा भी लगता है एंड बहुत ओवरवेलमिंग भी होता है ऑल टुगेदर बिकॉज ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग में इतने सारे प्रॉब्लम्स फेस करती है मदर विच आई थिंक नो बडी टॉक्स अबाउट इवन ऑन इंटरनेट आई सी इतना सारा पेरेंटिंग कंटेंट बट ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग स्ट्रगल्स के बारे में बहुत कम लोग बात करते हैं व्हाई डू यू थिंक इज दैट सो
Like you said, everybody does it. So what's the big deal?
Exactly.
So that is where the problem starts. Because for the mother, the message is that it's very easy, it's very natural. That's not true at all.
अगर किसी ने तो किया है थोड़ा और ट्राई कर लो
नहीं, that's exactly the problem. तो सबसे पहले तो प्रिपरेशन बहुत जरूरी है, इवन बिफोर द बेबी इज बॉर्न, टू अंडरस्टैंड कि हम किस लिए कह रहे हैं कि ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग करो. So that gets hardwired into the mother. So when we do what we call the antenatal, or before birth classes, so preparing the mother, that really helps. And the second thing, like I said, is it's also because it's taken for granted that it's natural and it will happen like that. But that's not true at all. Every single mom needs help and support to breastfeed. It's a huge proposition.
Right.
And imagine committing 2 years of your life for breastfeeding. It's really important, and we want every mom to breastfeed successfully. Unfortunately, the rate of breastfeeding is going down in India.
Exactly. 60% of Indian mothers like leave breastfeeding before the planned time.
Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, if you get the hang of it, and if you get proper support, and you see the way your baby thrives, it's one of the best things and actually easy to do, but only if all the other things are in place, not otherwise. So in the initial months, we really need to support the mother, because she is not just struggling with what's happening to the baby, she's also struggling with herself.
But I think
It's a
we do the
life.
opposite. The society does the opposite of
Absolutely.
that. कि you're not producing enough breast milk, बच्चे को दूध अच्छे से नहीं आ रहा है, इसीलिए बच्चा continuously रो रहा है. And I think that actually takes mental toll on the mother.
बिल्कुल
And वो
बिल्कुल.
धीरे धीरे actually उसके breast milk supply को affect करता है.
तो इसीलिए हम जब बात करते हैं ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग के बारे में, क्लिनिक में या हॉस्पिटल में, मैं हमेशा फैमिली को इन्वॉल्व करती हूँ. लाइक मदर है, मदर इन लॉ है, हस्बैंड, जो भी हेल्प कर रहा है, मैं कहती हूँ जो आप उनके साथ में जो
रहने
लोग भी
वाला.
हैं, यू बी हियर, बिकॉज आई रियली वांट टू टेल यू दैट डोंट प्ले द ब्लेम गेम. इट्स नॉट अबाउट व्हाट द मदर ईट्स, कि तुमने ठंडा पानी पी लिया या ठंडे पानी में हाथ धो लिया या तुमने पानी पी लिया. पानी नहीं देते हैं, because they feel that if mother drinks water, baby will get cold and the mother will get cold. So we have mothers who are dehydrated, and that's one of the reasons why breastfeeding fails, because hydration
It's
is the
so
best way
important.
to get enough milk to feed the baby. And if that is denied to mother, and even today's, I have had doctor mothers who are not being given water
Hmm.
because of this myth. So there are lots of myths that operate and that affect mothers breastfeeding. And apart from that, like I said, mother one, she is struggling with the physical changes, and for many mothers they experience pain during breastfeeding.
True.
So they have engorgement, they have cracked nipples, the baby is biting, all these things. Everybody tries to normalize this instead of helping the mother.
Right.
And when you are doing this 24/7, how can you expect somebody to go through pain? And that is where it's very, very important that we as pediatricians, and also we have lactation consultants. So I encourage every mother to take a class. So she learns how to position, latch. All these things are so important to avoid pain. But if we are consistently supporting mother, not making her feel guilty, that's where the counseling is important.
Yes.
So we are not trying that ki kuch nahi dena hai and all this, but to say that you can do this, take care of yourself, and do this, and this is how it helps you, because breastfeeding is beneficial for mother as well. We are preventing so many long term issues like breast cancer, uterine cancer, obesity, hypertension, high cholesterol, all these things in mothers. And this is proved by research
Okay.
that
This
it's
is
not
something even I didn't know.
so it's not just the immediate benefits to both mother and baby. For mother, of course, immediate benefits are there. You get back into shape,
Yeah.
and then you also feel very bonded. That connection we want to maintain with the baby, and there are lots of advantages. And for the baby as well, not just immediate about growth. It's not just about feeding and putting on weight, but breast milk is very beneficial for babies because allergies have gone up today. And babies who are breastfed, and there are families which have a very high history of allergy. So breast milk is extremely protective
Yeah.
against allergies in baby. And babies also, when they grow up, they are supposed to have better IQ, they are more intelligent, and they have better mental, physical, emotional health when they are breastfed, and they are protected from all the lifestyle diseases which are rising like diabetes, high blood pressure, etc. All this is research proved.
So as you rightly said, breastfeeding, I think every mother का वो first test होता है of motherhood, and when it's difficult, mothers not just feel tired, but they feel they are failing as a mom. And I've seen many moms जो breastfeed करा रही है, but बच्चा still बहुत रो रहा है, and उनके जो mother in law है या society है, they start giving the child cow milk या बाहर का दूध. How does that affect the child in the long run?
Basically, when you look at the science part of it, UNICEF, World Health Organization, and all the pediatric organizations, we recommend exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months of life. And after 6 months, we would like the mother to continue breastfeeding for 18 months to 2 years, along with solid feeding. Now, this is the ideal situation. And it is very much possible. I have had mothers who have twin babies and who have done exclusive breastfeeding, working moms for 1.5 to 2 years. But it comes with lot of, having that mindset to do the best for themselves and for the baby and the support system.
Correct.
This is very important. Unfortunately, what happens is that even though there is evidence where, as a doctor, I'm telling that, look, because what I do is, if I say the baby is growing well, they sometimes find it hard to believe. They said, बच्चा तो बहुत पतला लग रहा है, मोटा नहीं लग रहा है. तो my mother-in-law is saying थी, बेटे को तो चब्बी होना चाहिए, तो जल्दी से उसको कुछ खाने के लिए दे दो 3-4 महीने में, या फिर और कुछ दूसरा एक्स्ट्रा दूध दे दो, दूध काफी नहीं है. All these questions, they really make the mother very insecure, because she also wants her baby to be chubby, right? Because traditionally we like chubby babies.
Right.
So Here's the thing, like when they come and we are actually able to show them that the baby is growing well. So we have charts. So that's what I show. I tell them, look, your baby is growing tall, your baby is putting on weight, and your baby's brain is growing, because that's the third thing that we monitor in babies, the head circumference. So when the mother actually sees that, this is how the baby is growing. So the first, as soon as baby is born, that's what I tell them. I said, in the first 3 months, your baby will gain anywhere from 800 grams to 1 kg every month.
Okay.
And if your baby is hitting that mark, your milk is sufficient. Do not get swayed by anybody else. And
Okay.
this works like magic. And when it is reinforced at every visit, when we see the baby every single month, and they know that they are doing the right thing.
Right.
So that increases their confidence, and to be able to talk to their family, not having a conflict, but in a diplomatic way. Because, see, elders are also helping a lot with the baby. So we are not here to create controversy at home, but to increase the connection in the family, so that they help the mother.
Not pressurize them.
Yeah, not pressurize them in any way. And that happens if we are able to talk to the family members. So it's very important to actually see that your baby is growing. This makes a world of difference to parents, because then they are very unlikely to do other things like give cow's milk. We have people giving donkey's milk and buffalo's milk today.
Are you serious?
Yes, yes.
Donkey's milk?
And in Bangalore, there are people who take donkeys door to door and they say, apne bacche ko do, and it costs 7,000 rupees per liter.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Sometimes you feel you don't believe all these things in today's world, but it still happens.
Then how does that affect the child's growth in the long run? Does that hamper their growth या कुछ negative effect होता है?
Absolutely, because animal milk is not suitable in the first 6 months to babies.
Okay.
Because it lacks all the nutrients. See, despite all our effort in trying to get formulas which are exactly like breast milk, it's not possible. But we do have formulas which are derived from cow's milk, but then they are standardized and they are brought closer to breast milk composition.